Okay, so let's go ahead and watch this video about the teacher who got attacked. Now, I will say before I watch this video, this is pretty much her response, I guess, to all the attention she's getting in the media. I'm not mad at what she did. I'm really not. And I'll get into why after we watch this video together, okay? Let's go ahead and get started into it.
I just wanted to say, though, in all my 22 years, never have I ever experienced what I...
22 years? I mean, she don't look bad. 22 years, that's impressive. Now, does she mean 22 years as in teaching? Because if she's 22 years old, she looks kind of bad. But I'm pretty sure it's 22 years being in the teaching profession. And if so, she looks great.
Experienced this Monday. I've never been attacked by young folks. I love young people. This is why I work with them. I have a heart for them. That young lady attacked me, and she went for blood. She took out an inch of my hairline from here all the way to 2 inches back here.
We are more worried about the teachers putting their hands on us. And that being said, like if you played a sport, a lot of time your coach would get physical with you. If you went to the dean's office, if you at least from where I'm from, if you have the parents' permission, you could get paddled by the dean. So this new phenomenon of these over entitled kids sitting here putting hands on students, or putting hands on teachers, doesn't make any sense. And I understand why there's so little teachers anymore.
And y'all know that black women have hair issues, okay? I don't understand what it is with black on black crime. Black women hating on each other. I never did that. I always show love to my sister, especially to the kids. The kids are our future. So that fake page that was up, that somebody was like, F the kids and F that job, it was never F the kids. Because the kids are our future.
Yeah, I could see the extreme response. I didn't know her hair got pulled out in that video. So it wasn't F the kids, it was F the job. And truthfully, if you got hit on the job or attacked by another student over a phone, not a problem. I don't have a problem if you saying F anybody if that happened to you. The thing I don't get is the phone part. I mean, when I was younger, did we have cell phones? Yes. People had a mixture between cell phones and pagers. When I became more of a senior, the pagers was more phased out. It was more cell phones. It was like the old school Motorola razors and stuff. So,
sure. I'm gonna tell you this. She was in my space. She was behind the desk. I followed protocol for whoever said that I touched her first. Okay?
But it just wasn't that serious, though. You know, your phone got taken, it just got taken. Big deal. It really is starting to feel like that these kids are getting addicted to these little handheld devices that supposed to be more a benefit instead of a necessity or requirement of life.
And I tried to call for an administrator or somebody at the office 3 times.
Now, if she tried to call the office 3 times and nobody came through, that is 100% on the school. And I hope she sues the school for that, to be honest with you. Because, again, I'm not sure where this is from. I'll look it up and maybe adjust this later. But most schools that I've been to where there are kids, there's normally a resource officer, a sheriff, a police officer on campus because of everything that's happened with the school shootings and everything else. So I'm surprised 3 calls and nobody came. No dean, no principal, not an extra teacher, not a resource officer, or just a regular police officer. What's going on with that?
But never in my 22 years working with young people have I ever been attacked. But let me tell you something. Within a month, there has been a teacher that was knocked unconscious with her head kicked in. Twice, 2 teachers. Another teacher got a gun pulled on her.
Again, 22 years, never been attacked, but yet here we go, these young people today, over entitled and too spoiled. Now, was this at the school that she was at? Did a teacher get her head kicked in at the school she was at and that didn't make the news? And kicked in by a student at that. So let me get this straight. So a teacher got her head kicked in by a student. I'm assuming it was 2 black people. 1 black student, 1 black teacher. and it didn't make the news. But because this woman chose to defend herself and fight back, it is making the news. And this is why I support this woman. There's no way in hell I'm gonna let a little snot-nosed 13-year-old kick my head in. No job is worth that. A gun? A gun. You mean to tell me kids are pulling out? Well, she didn't say it was a kid. She said a gun pulled out on her, so maybe it was one of the parents giving the benefit of the doubt. The closest thing I could think of something like that happened when I was younger, when a girl, quote unquote, accidentally bought a kitchen knife to school and she got expelled for it. Maybe I'll make a story about that.
And like I say, I love kids. My husband said, yeah, I spend my own money. I reward good behavior. I let the kids know that they have something to offer the world. They do. Each and every one of them is special in their own way. And the world is waiting for them to share their gifts.
Now, when hearing that, she sounds very passionate about teaching. And while I'm hearing her talk so far, it sounds like she still wants to be a teacher.
But as for me, as much as I love the kids, I cannot put my life or my livelihood in danger.
Well, I spoke too soon. Never mind. So you won't be teaching no more.
Anymore. I will be saying goodbye to this profession. I went to school 3 times for real estate. Oh, yes, I'm being faced with charges as well behind this. And so, if I get a charge on my record, there goes my career again. Period.
3 times for real estate. I mean, the market's probably going to crash soon. So if she does jump in and out, I hope she makes a really good fortune off that really fast.
I have 4 children. My children would never, you best believe, I raise my kids right. They would never disrespect authority of any kind or an adult. They know to come to me.
4 kids? 4 kids, a substitute teacher. And she says she raised her kids to make sure they respect authority. And I appreciate that, because we live in a world where it's a crime to punish your kids. You'll get DCF called on you quick if you try to discipline a kid anymore. So if she's keeping her kids on the right track, I appreciate that, because those kids are going to be the people in the street next to me. And I want as many well-adjusted kids as humanly possible out there.
OnlyFans is out of the question. I'm not that kind of lady. I grew up in church. Okay?
Or she said she grew up in the church, you know. But then there are famously or infamously pastors that left the church and went to OnlyFans. So just because you was raised there don't mean you can't end up there. Again, hopefully that won't happen to her. You know, educate her 4 kids, but I'm just saying, don't use the church as a reason to say that you're not going to do OnlyFans.
But I just wanted to say, I still love the kids. They are our future. But at this point, I cannot put my children's livelihood.
And there you go. We lost another teacher. At this point, I can see schools being completely remote and going back to home, because nobody wants to raise and watch these kids. And I blame the pandemic on some level, if you think about it. Because when you have your kids home for about a full year, and you gotta make sure they're doing their schoolwork and they're not getting that interaction with other kids, especially those crucial years to where they really truly learn to respect authority, and they only gotta listen to their parents, or they can just be doing whatever they want to at home. They could be in a quote-unquote classroom doing class, but watching TV on the side, playing on their cell phone, having a friend over. I can understand to a certain extent why these kids are having so much trouble adjusting, because they didn't have that same rules and discipline at home. They didn't have that same structure at home. And what's the old saying? It starts at home first. So we're just going to keep losing teachers to the point that all these kids that y'all want to send to school to get away from are going to come back home and bud the hell out of you. And you got to deal with you not disciplining or not raising your kids. Anyways, my name is Anthony. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the video. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thank you again.